Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the video. Today we're going to be installing a pretty cool part, a new part that is brand new to the market for the AE86. A lot of you guys have switched over to the Japanese front bumper. Now there is a Zenki and there's a Kouki. Obviously this is a Kouki if you know anything about 86s, but one of the big gripes about these front bumpers is that these lights do not work properly. What's supposed to happen, I guess I call it a courtesy light, but there's also different names for it. But when the turn signal turns on, this light is supposed to turn on to illuminate where you're supposed to be turning. Well, when you buy the bumper, you buy the bracket, it does not come with the wiring because the wiring I think is inside of the car to make this light work properly. So for the longest time, pretty much what people did is when you turn on the daytime running light, this light would also turn on. I mean, it's all right, but it's not original. It's not how it's supposed to be made. And if you want the Japanese look, you might as well have the Japanese functionality. And that is why Preserve Rad made these bad boys. So this right here is a prototype, and I have not tested it, but it should work. And these will be on the market very, very soon. And what's nice about this is a completely plug and play kit. So there's a couple other kits on the market. For the longest time, like I said, there was no options, and the only option was to plug this light up to the daytime running light. Then a couple guys came out and made kits, but all of these kits, you'd have to run wires from the lights in the front. You would have to route them through the fender into the car and plug them into the ignition with a bunch of other hoopla. I could do that pretty easily right now because my car is already apart, but that's really just a big pain in the ass. And the one thing I hate more than anything is having red wires just go through the engine bay. It looks terrible, especially with the speaker guys. They have the big subs in the back or subs in their car, and they have these big, long, thick red wires. It's just nasty. Of course, if you're having a little tiny red wires, it's not as bad, but it still just does not look good in an engine bay. So here is this kit. 2 plugs, literally 2 plugs. This will take you 10 minutes and you should be good to go. Now for me, it's gonna take a little bit longer because originally I did what I was talking about earlier and I plugged this light into this light and I cut off the original plug, added a JDM style plug, but today we're gonna be switching it back. And we have the original plug right here, nice pigtail. This is gonna be looking super sweet. I found a perfect place to bolt this in. It's got a bolt hole at the bottom right here. And if this works, this is gonna be a complete game changer. Alrighty, so we got the car jacked up. She's looking nice and birdie. I've got the original plug here, so I know which wires go where, and I got the new plug here. And pretty much the first step is I gotta undo what I did. So here it is. This is the JDM plug with the pigtail. What's crazy is I was also the first person to get these made. And before that, this was a hard to find plug. And then someone messaged me and was like, hey man, where do you find this? Anyone for my car? He bought like 50 of them and then resold them to all of y'all. Learned my lesson on that. But here we are. I mean, it's kind of janky right now because I've already been messing with it. But we're gonna take this plug off. We're gonna put an original OEM American plug on, and if you have the original OEM plug, you're one step ahead of me, and it's gonna look a lot more nice because it's gonna be plug and play for you. So here we are. Here's the pigtail. You can probably tell by the wires if you bought this that that guy sold you. And here is the new one. These are made with silicone wires, so they're a lot stronger, heftier, and should last a lot longer. So let's expose these wires, get this bad boy on, and let's get to the plug and play. So here we are. We have the OEM plug back in. Now my wires are super long. Like I said, if you guys have the OEM plug, it's gonna be a lot nicer. And we have this bad boy. This is all we need. One side of this goes in there. And the other side, black plug goes into the white plug. And there we go. That is in there. Now, obviously I'm gonna tie this down and I'm gonna show you guys where to tie this down. I found a really good spot for it. But let's go test it and see if it works. And by the way guys, I just have to say, this is gonna be such a cool thing to see work. I've had this bumper now for like 3 years, and it's always worked like it shouldn't. And to see it work like it should is gonna be awesome, just because no other company, no other car, I mean, there's a couple cars that got it as an option, but it's not a common feature to see an 80s car with a courtesy light. And I don't know why the Corolla got it, but since it does, let's make it work, and let's get to testing. Alrighty guys, it's testing time. So here, car is on, nothing's on. I'm about to turn on the turn signal. And turn signal works. Now I turn on the headlights and the courtesy light works. Now I'm going to turn off the turn signal. And voila! AE86 Kouki JDM turn signals now work like they're supposed to. Now to finish her up, the finishing touches, we have to bolt it down because it is a little bit too heavy to hang or dangle. It's gonna bounce around and not create just some destruction, but it's just not gonna have a nice sound to it when you're going down a bumpy road. And so what I got here, I think, is the M6 by 1.0 by like 12, I think, and this fits perfect. I'll show you guys on the other one. So here's the other one that I have not installed yet. And it fits perfect. The place that I found best to install this is right here. Where is it? Right here, just because it's so close to the headlight. It's gonna stay down, it's not being used, it's gonna be attached right below the headlight, and everything is in just the same area. And just like that, it is installed. If I didn't know that Toyota didn't use these wires, hey, it might be OEM. The box isn't that big, and it fits really close to the headlight. So, I mean, so this is definitely a lot better than I would say going with the other ones that were made, just because I don't like wires going through the whole entire car. Especially if you're one of those OEM freaks and want it to be as close to the Japanese original as possible, but you got stuck with a USDM one, you wouldn't have to see any nasty wires, more than what's originally there. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video of the new AE86 Kouki turn signal circuit. Works perfectly, and I'm excited to use it, you know. Sometimes, I don't know if AE86 drivers are like BMW drivers, but they don't use a turn signal sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But when you have one of these circuits, and now they work, you're gonna wanna use it even if you don't like using your turn signals. So if you've been waiting for something like this to come out, check out www.preserverad.com and order yourself a set. I mean, I haven't really driven my car because, as you can see, fuel leaking, I don't drive, but when I do drive, it's gonna be looking pretty sweet. Make sure to like and subscribe down below. Join the Discord if you're new. We like to play video games, talk about cars, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.